Use your God power. Get everything you ever wanted and live the life of your dreams. The Master's Course. Copyright 2010 by Richard Lee McKim Jr. All rights reserved. Let the quest for knowing begin. This next video example is very compelling. This is your chance to practice your belief. It is of a person who is demonstrating the ability to control matter with his mind, telekinesis. It is your job to believe it. I don't mean that you should believe everything, especially if it is clearly not authentic, but if it looks pretty convincing to you, then give it the benefit of the doubt. If you can believe it for someone else, you will invite that ability and other special abilities into your own reality. If you choose not to believe it, as many do, then you will only be limiting yourself, and that's okay. Select what you believe and reject the rest. It all depends on what kinds of abilities you want to exist in your reality, and as always, it's up to you. Remember, the more beliefs you have in the extraordinary, the more extraordinary your own reality can be. That's worth saying again. Remember, the more beliefs that you have in the extraordinary, the more extraordinary your own reality can be. Video example, telekinesis demonstration. What is this video about? In this video example, this person moves the paper pinwheel with his mind. He causes it to spin clockwise and then counterclockwise at high speed. In order to prove himself, he shows the bottom of the table and moves the camera completely around the setup to show that there are no tricks. Next, he covers the pinwheel with a glass bowl turned upside down so that nothing can affect it from the outside. He then takes a blowing hairdryer and moves it all over the glass bowl to prove that no wind could possibly be blowing the pinwheel. Next, he holds a magnet on the glass bowl to prove that nothing magnetic is influencing the pinwheel.
For best results, pause this video at this point here, and watch the video example mentioned in the segment. The links are located in the book chapter, and at the end of the book. If you are watching this online, you will find the link for this video example listed in the notes section. Then, after watching the associated video example, continue watching this video from here.
What does this example show, and what does it mean? I find this video quite compelling. Of course, I know that telekinesis is real. If you are convinced, as I am, that this video is real, you will be building powerful beliefs in your reality that we all have the possibility of amazing abilities. You will also be validating the amazing facts and demonstrations that are mentioned in this book. Okay, let's look at this illustration here. Normal reality, meaning a person's body. Then we got the physical meaning here. Objects must be touched to be moved. That's the normal physical meaning. In the physical meaning, the object was, of course, not touched. It was underneath a glass bowl. So the resulting physical meaning in this very simple equation is the object doesn't move. Because you see, if you take what a person is, and you have the meaning that objects have to be touched to be moved, or somehow influenced by wind or whatever, and the object wasn't touched, then obviously it's not going to move. However, God power exercised by his own beliefs. This is frankly a very amazing demonstration. I am quite taken by it. Here it says God power exercised by his own beliefs. First you have the physical meaning of the person's body, same as before. Then you have the thought meaning that objects can be moved by thought. There is countless telekinesis demonstrations that are done. Countless. Countless. This is just one I happened to find that was on video that you could see. But it's a common phenomenon. Then you got the physical meaning, objects not touched. But because they can be moved by thought, they don't need to be touched, so that doesn't factor into this equation. So what happens? The object does move, and it spins rapidly. Here it says the ability has been elicited and activated in his own life experience. He is able to do this. Here it's got the green tuning fork of belief and positive vibrations, and he's eliciting everything it takes for that pinwheel to move. And it is quite something to see that pinwheel spin around as fast as it does underneath that glass bowl. Now, there's red tuning forks, as always, but they're not being elicited because he's quite confident in his ability, and if you believe you can, you can. Because remember, everything is only energy. There isn't anything that can't be done. You can see through somebody, you can taste what's in somebody else's mouth, and you have domain over everything in your world. That means and includes mechanical devices, machinery, and electronics. Don't be saying bad things about your car if you don't want your car to start breaking down. That's just how it works. Listen, if everything is energy, and it is, everything exists the way it does because of meaning, and it does, and you have the ability to change and alter meaning, then you can take a perfectly good car and say that it's a junk car, and guess what? You're altering the meaning of that energy, which is now presenting itself as a car. What's going to happen? Things are going to break down. That's just how it works. That's telekinesis. This guy is altering the meaning of this spinning pinwheel that he's probably visualizing. Remember the karate instructor that was sitting on the mat, and he was visualizing in his mind that he was chained to two mountains and he couldn't be moved? An entire class of his athletic students could not push him over? Well, this guy is probably imagining in his mind that he's blowing on it. He's probably psychically blowing on it because as fast as it's going, I don't think or maybe he's psychically reaching out with his energy finger and spinning it. Who knows what? Remember the video example of the guy who had his arm cut off? He could still feel that teacup in his energy hand and determine what it was? Don't you think that he could use his energy hand and turn that pinwheel? Isn't this amazing when you start thinking about this stuff? Remember the girl who was in the virtual reality, virtual out-of-body experience where she felt touch somewhere else? Don't you know we can move our touch and sight sensations and smelling and tasting and all of that? Why can't we move our feeling sensations too? Why can't we move what we're touching from the tip of our finger to a distance that's 6 feet away? That happens. This is an amazing demonstration. But it's not so amazing to me because what's being demonstrated. I love it. I know it's real. What's nice about it is it's something that's caught on video so that you can see it and so that you can say to yourself, you know, this stuff probably really does exist. And if that guy can move that pinwheel with his mind, and somebody else can taste what's in somebody else's mouth, and another person can get rid of cancer just by taking a sugar pill, and somebody else can be tripping, thinking they're taking a psychedelic drug when really it's only a sugar pill. I mean, what is it that can't be done? Nothing. And if you get to that point, if you get to the point where you can really believe that there isn't anything that can't be done, then you can start to believe that you can stop aging. Of course. Of course. Then you can believe that you can have any kind of reality you want. Then what you got to do is you got to start thinking, what kind of reality do I want? And I don't just mean wild stuff like tasting what's in somebody else's mouth or seeing through the referee's eyes on the football field or any of that kind of wild stuff, although you can do that. I'm talking about stuff that's as mundane as becoming wealthy. That's as mundane as losing weight. It's as mundane as having a happy life. Now, I call that mundane in that it seems kind of like an ordinary desire. It's not the kind of desire where you want to see out of somebody else's eyes or have a good look at Jupiter up close. But you know what? It still is reality. The reality of being rich is no different than the reality of being able to take a close look at Jupiter or being able to taste what's in somebody else's mouth. It's still a reality. Oprah Winfrey has the reality. I think she's got 9 houses. She can buy whatever she wants. That's reality. That's real. She can go out and buy whatever she wants. That's reality. Can you do that? If you can't, that's not your reality. But if you can create any kind of reality you want, then that's one of the kind of realities that you can create. Why not? Here it says, of course, the bottom line is What kind of a reality do you want to create for yourself? If you believe that this demonstration is real, fantastic. If you don't believe that this demonstration is real, fantastic. You are either expanding the possibilities within your reality or maintaining your reality as it is. Either way, you have made a decision that is more important than anything else. From the place of a decision, you are aligned and fully functioning. It doesn't matter what reality you want to create or maintain for yourself. It's your life and your creation.
To continue, go to How to Use Your God Power, chapter number 13, segment number 5. Let your quest for knowing continue.